Welcome to Oz's Online Gym. Today I'm gonna show you how to make a very crunchy oat bar. This is only going to take you a few minutes to make and a few minutes in the microwave. Then we're just gonna cool it or freeze it depending on how you like it. So what I have here, oats, I'm just putting them in this bowl. You don't really need to measure anything, it's pretty simple. I'm going to put some coconut oil, about 1 tablespoon, cocoa powder, all the amounts are to taste. I'm putting my sweetener. I will put some, you can put some vanilla. I'm going to put my coffee syrup, actually caramel cream cheesecake flavor. I have some PB Fit. I'll just put some of that in here. So that's what I have. I'm going to mix this and add some liquid to it. You can do almond milk, you can do water. If you want a coffee flavored, you can even put coffee. And to this you can put any extra flavorings you want to. I'm actually gonna put some protein powder in this too. I'm putting 1 scoop. And to this I'm going to add some water. So the amount of water I'm putting is enough to make this a little liquidy. I'll show you when it's ready. So it's not going to be swimming in it like soup, but it's also not going to be like a paste. So somewhere in the middle. And also if it ends up being too liquidy, you can add a little bit more protein or oats if you like, or you can just cook it a little bit more to dry it out more. So the whole idea behind this and how it becomes so crunchy is because we're going to be drying it out quite a bit in the microwave. I'm also going to put some baking soda in this, and I find that this makes it thicken a little bit. So this is what it looks like right now. So it is kind of like if you were going to eat oatmeal, a little bit more liquidy than that, but slightly. Then you can put this on, you can flatten this on wax paper, put in your microwave 2 to 3 minutes. I'll do 3 minutes because I like it drier, which in turn ends up being crunchier. In this case, I actually have my silicone mold that kind of looks like bars. So I'm going to spray it so they don't really stick, and then put the oatmeal in the mold. As you're putting this, you can put extra things in it, like you can do raisins, you can do fruit if you like, you can put some honey, you can put flax seeds, coconut, any extra flavorings you want. Honestly, the biggest problem I have with this is the fact that it becomes really addicting. Even though it's not so sweet, just the overall taste that it has is really good. So this is what my mold looks like. I'm going to put this in the microwave, high heat, for 3 minutes. Like I said, if you don't want it so crunchy, you can leave it for 2.5 minutes. You can play around with the times. It also depends on the strength of your microwave and the amount of food you put in there too. So if you make multiple batches of this, you're gonna have to leave it on for longer. If you make less, it will cook and start drying out in a lot shorter time. In my case, I find that 2.5 to 3 minutes is good. It does get crunchier once you go past that too, but you really have to watch it. As an example, I did last week, I did one that was gonna be about 5 minutes. After 4 minutes, I saw smoke coming out of the microwave. When I opened it, it was really burning, and it ended up being burnt basically. Worse was the smell and the smoke in the whole apartment afterwards. So now I'm just doing it at about 3 minutes, and then I'm checking. When it's done, it has to feel like it's getting a little bit more solid. So it shouldn't be too soft. Well, honestly, if you like it softer, that's fine too. I just like the super crunchy texture of it. While it's cooking, if you want to check it, you can just stop at that point. But I also find that keeping it straight through for 3 minutes is different than stopping it every minute to check it. It's as if when you stop it, the cooking process slows down, so you will have to keep it for longer, but you're also preventing it from really burning. Even though I do want to overcook it in this case, I don't want it to burn. And when it's done, I'm just going to put it in the freezer. In about 10 minutes, it'll be ready to eat. It will be very crunchy. You can make these like I'm doing at night for the next day. So the batch I'm making, there are 6 bars in there. And if you look at the macros, there was about half a cup of oats, 1 scoop of protein powder, along with the sweeteners and everything. So, but that is actually pretty decent macros for a light breakfast. So if you wanted, you could increase the protein on there. If you want more oats, you can do that. What I usually do is I'll take 1 or 2 of those with me and just eat them throughout the day if I feel hungry. Alright, because of the baking soda too, see how much they grew? That's why I didn't fill it all the way up to the top. Now I'm just gonna put it in the freezer. You could do the fridge too, but I just want it to be faster. So in about 5-10 minutes I'm going to check, and definitely in 10 minutes they'll be ready to eat. Alright, so I realized while things were cooling down that they were not crunchy enough for me, so I put them in the microwave for another 2 minutes. So a total of 5 minutes. But like I said, if you try to do 5 minutes straight through, it is going to burn. So maybe stop every 2 minutes or 3 minutes and then do another 2. But after that, it's been about 5 minutes in the freezer, and I want to show you how crunchy it got. So there it is. And I'm going to put the microphone next to it so you can hear the crunch. There you go. And like I said, if you want it less crunchy, you can cook it less. If you want it crunchier, you can cook more, but be careful because after a certain point it is going to burn and it may be too crunchy. But either way, you may want to try it out. It's pretty good.